Hi, welcome to Rock the Life, a podcast for fans by fans that has the coolest mugs ever. And you know what, Aim?
Uh, yeah.
What is today's episode?
Today we actually have a really cool episode with a really cool guy from a really cool place. But before I tell you about that, can I just remind you, like, we have our mugs because we're like virtually cheersing. This is our anniversary episode. We have been going for a year, episode number 52. So you guys,
Yay!
thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for enjoying our stories. Oh my gosh. Like, as we were setting this up, Katya was like, what are we going to do? Because we were originally going to go every 2 weeks. And she was like, what are we going to do for 24 episodes? And here we are at 52. And it's going great.
It is,
So,
and it is the highlight of my week. So,
same.
Aim, before we get into wonderful Derek from Babylon A.D., tell me about the Rock the Life get together with Def Leppard.
Oh, okay. So this is a perfect show for this because our anniversary. We have been talking about, if you've been following along for some time, we have mentioned over and over again, we should do this, we should do that, we should do this. We should have an event where people can join us. Guess what? We are going to Vegas on February 21st, 2026 to see Def Leppard at Caesar's Palace for their residency. And you are welcome to come along and join us. We'd love it if you grabbed a Rock the Life shirt from rtlmerch.com and came and hung out with us. Let's go. Did you see the Def Leppard pun I did there? Did you get that?
Yeah.
That was a good one, right?
Yes.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
today
Oh my gosh.
we're going to talk with Derek from Babylon A.D., founding member of Babylon A.D. from the Bay Area, really big part of the Bay Area music scene.
Uh-huh.
Um, You know, Bang Goes the Bells, Hammer String, Kid Goes Wild. Rome was built in the day, their newest album, which is incredible. They are still going strong. Have a great summer tour coming up, and can't wait to talk to Derek.
Right. A new song and a new album. And if you've been following on the last couple weeks, you know that I'm getting ready to see Babylon A.D. and Rusted Stone at the Whisky on Friday this Friday, actually, from when we air. So you guys, here's Derek.
Hey, Derek, welcome to Rock the Life. How are you?
Oh, very good. Thank you for having me on.
Yay.
Oh my goodness, it's our pleasure. So first, as we were talking to you a little bit before the show, we are Bay Area girls. So we have known Babylon AD like since we got into music and since we get out. But for people who don't know as much about Babylon AD as we do, what is part of your story? How did you come together in the 80s?
Well, we got together. I had played with a drummer named Jamie Pacheco a few years before we started the Babylon AD, and he called me up and he said he had a friend named John Matthews who was a guitar player and that they, put something together. I was in another band at the time called Audio. We were doing really good in the Bay Area, but he convinced me to come down and just like listen to what they were doing, And even though it was just him and a guitar player, they'd worked out about 4 or 5 ideas and they sounded pretty good. So I just started writing with them. Within about maybe a month or so, we had a full band going. I got recruited the 2 other guys, and I quit my other band and started that band. And that band was actually called the Persuaders. And the Persuaders, we played around the Bay Area quite a bit. We played the Stone, the Omni, Keystone, Berkeley. I mean, everywhere you could think of, we played. And when we got a record deal, we had to change our name because we didn't know there was another band called the Persuaders. And so we had to change our name, and it was funny because the band that was called the Persuaders. I didn't even know it, but it was one of my favorite songs of all time. Is "It's a Thin Line Between Love and Hate." You know that song?
I had no idea.
Come on, you know that song? It's a soul song. It's a thin line between love and hate. Anyway, I was like, wow, that was one of my favorite songs when I was a little kid. So, anyways, we had to change our name. And we became Babylon AD when we got a record deal.
And how did you come up with the name Babylon AD? Amy and I have been
I,
debating this.
yeah, so I had a shirt that said Babylon Babies. I think it was a store that was in Hollywood at the time when we moved to Hollywood. And
Okay.
so when the record company said we got to change your name, I think I was wearing that shirt and I just looked in the mirror and I told my manager, "What about Babylon? That sounds pretty cool." And everybody went, "Yeah, that sounds cool." And that's basically how we got the name. And then we had to tag the AD
Wow.
on there, make it a little
Yeah.
different, you know.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Okay.
So, and also tell us about when did you leave the Bay Area for Hollywood and start that
Uh,
part?
So you know, we played for a couple years around here and we started getting a pretty good reputation. We became like the big fish in a little pond for a while, you know.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And our manager just said, "Man, it's time for you guys to move to Hollywood and see if we could conquer the LA scene. You know, everybody's here. This is where the record labels are at and everything like that. And I think I'll have a better shot to get you a record deal if you guys are playing down here a lot more." We
Mhm.
played down there about maybe 5 or 6 times, but literally we moved into a 1 bedroom apartment, 1 bathroom, 1 bedroom apartment at the St. James on
Big
Hollywood
house.
Boulevard.
Yeah.
And yeah, that place was crazy and it was brand new. Everybody lived there. Extreme, Charlie Sheen, all kinds of
Oh
celebrities
no.
lived there. We didn't know when we moved in, you know, but it was just a party, nonstop party. But anyways, to get to the chase, we were only there for 3 days, and all of a sudden,
Oh,
Clive Davis called us. We still
Clive Davis.
hadn't even practiced or did anything. We just moved in. There was 7 of us in 1 bedroom apartment. We kind of partitioned off the rooms, you know. And Clive Davis called like on a Friday night and told our manager, "I want to see the boys tomorrow at SIR Studio. I've already set it all up. I want to see him tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I'm flying in, you know." And so we went to the studios, I think about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning as fast as we could, practice the set. He showed up with 3 guys in suits
Wow.
from New York. They sat on a big giant couch I mean, literally right in front of us, maybe 15 feet away. But we were on a big giant stage with lights and everything, you know,
Oh
like
my
we're doing a
gosh.
concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we ripped through about 7 songs, and as soon as we hit that last chord, man, it was a feeling of like, "Oh man, are we getting a deal, or is this the end?" You know, whatever. And man, right when we hit the last chord, bam, Clive Davis just literally, it seemed to me like he jumped up off the couch
And
and he
was
just,
like,
Wow.
"Welcome to the family, boys," like that. And we went,
Nice.
"Does this mean we have a record deal?" He said, "You got a record deal. I'm getting the lawyers together and blah blah blah." You know, he started talking
Wow.
all this nonsense about how we're going to do this and do that and everything. And so we signed the deal, and rest is history.
or was it Arista Records?
Yeah, Arista Records. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Mhm.
I have a question really quick. Okay, Katya and I had this adventure when we were too young to go to
Too
Hollywood
young.
by ourselves, but we did it anyway. And we ended up at this party in this, it was almost like it was a house, but it had been partitioned off into like different apartments. And are you
Mhm.
just you're it sounds like you're describing kind of the same thing, because the party we went to literally had one band, like you walk up some steps and then you would go to the right, and then there
Mhm.
was a whole band like living in this thing. And then there was another, I got excited, you can tell, sorry. And then you literally crossed the hallway and there was another band having another party, same party really, but having another party in their like 1 bedroom apartment
Mhm.
kind of thing. That's what you're describing, right?
That's basically it, all in a nutshell. It was pretty
Oh my
much like
god.
that every day of the week. You know, and you kind of lose yourself because you're partying all the time. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's nonstop. You know, you're young. Everybody's young. They're, you know, early 20s or
Mhm.
19 years old or whatever, and it's all you want to do is party. You know.
Was that
Yeah.
like 88, 89?
Yep. That was we moved down there in October of '88, and we got signed
Okay.
in October of '88.
Oh my
That's
word.
that is so. How long did you stay in Hollywood?
Uh, till not 93, about
Okay.
6 years.
You stayed that long in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
and you
You
came
guys were
out
in the
alive.
Bay
Good
Area
for you.
though.
Okay.
You guys came up and
Had
you
to come
guys
back to there. You know, when we lost our record deal, it was like I don't know if you guys remember '93, but it was a bad recession in America, really bad. Nobody could get
I did.
jobs. I mean, the record companies dropping anybody and everybody that had a hard rock, label or a metal label. They were all
Oh
signing
yeah,
Nirvana top
of course.
bands. So after about 6 months of not having a record deal, and then I lost my publishing deal, my songwriting deal, it was like, man, I don't have no money left. I went through all my money my advance money and everything like that. And I couldn't find a regular job. So I had to come back to the Bay Area where my roots are, where my family is and all my friends are. And it was like starting all over again, starting all over from scratch,
When you guys were in the Bay Area, I think you must have come up 92.
The Nile Station show.
Yeah, 92. It had to be Nothing Sacred, I think, in support of that. But in 92, I had just met my husband, and we were too young, okay? We were too young to go to Nile Station. But for his 21st birthday, him and his bass player went to see You and Flame. So Babylon and Flame at Nile Station, and we couldn't get in because it was like, man, out of all the adventures we had, we did not have fake IDs. And so we just, because it was his 21st birthday, we sat in the parking lot of Nile Station, decorating his car, listening to Flame and Babylon AD. That was the extent. And it was like, wow. So this time at the Whisky, and we'll get to that, is actually going to be the first time that I'm seeing Babylon AD live, even though we circled you guys like the whole time.
Knew music, knew it all.
Yeah. I think by the time I hit 21, I had moved down to Salinas, and I had my first baby at 22. So I was out of the scene at that point. So
she locked herself out.
Missed it all. So anyway, oh, can I tell you, Derek, this show's a big deal for us. Sorry, Katya. This show's a big deal for us, and it's so fitting that you're here with us today, being Bay Area girls and a Bay Area band. This is our anniversary show. This is show number 52. And we have been going for a year now. So we are so excited to have you on. You're the perfect guest, I feel like, for today's show.
Perfect.
That's
great.
Well, and that is something that, actually I'm going to jump to another question, Amy, I have. Okay, so Derek, you came back to the Bay Area in 1993. You didn't put out another album till 2000. What were you doing in that in-between part? Were you still playing music?
Growing up. Trying to figure out what life was about after you in your head, you thought you were something that you really weren't. It was just all a dream.
Oh, but you were.
It was like a dream, really, traveling on the bus, playing shows every night, making records. You're in a fantasy, really, and, everybody in the band did the same thing. We all had kids, got married. A couple of us went back to college, started businesses. So between, I'd say 93 and 2000, we weren't really doing much. I was writing songs every once in a while and playing acoustic guitar, and I started a business and, that kind of thing. But the bug never left me. It was just that, I don't know if you guys remember at that time, all the clubs closed around here in the Bay Area.
Oh, we remember.
There was nowhere to play. I mean, even a crappy bar, it has a little stage. Well, it's got more than other places, It was crazy. Everything closed.
Yep.
So it was pretty depressing around that time. And, and then around 2000, 1999, we all started talking about maybe just having some fun and making an album. By that time, we had some material worked up over the years that we kind of screwed around with, and then we got serious and we started working again,
Excellent.
And then you took another gap until 2017, or were you still playing? Because now it seems like since 2017 you're on it, like you're back.
Well, we're rolling till about 2002, I'd say, something like that.
Okay.
And then the band just kind of dissolved. Everybody, it just didn't seem like it was kind of worth it. Everybody's like, is it really worth it? I went and did a soul band, then I did an R&B band, and blues band. And, I went through this whole other phase, learning different types of musics and things like that. And then I think it was 2014, we actually put out an EP. And then we did a live album in 2015. Then we did the 2017 with the Frontiers record. Mm-hmm. Well, that was 2018, I think it was, maybe 2017, 2018. And then I did a couple more albums, Resonator Blues, Revolt, and what's the other one? Revolutionary Soul. So I did 3 albums in that time between 2017 and now. And, COVID hit. And same thing, everybody went, well, what's the point? We can't go out and play, so that took a couple of years off us, Then in 2023, Tom Mathers from Paris Records, the president, called me and said, hey, man, what are you guys doing? If you guys got any material, whatever, I'll sign you guys to a deal. I said, well, we can put out a live album. I have tracks from a live album that nobody's ever heard, I said, I haven't even heard them myself, but I know I have them. I can listen to them, see if they're any good. So we put that out in 2023. And then we put the last album out. Rome Wasn't Built in a Day last year in March, April, something like that. And now we got a new one coming out September 1st.
Awesome. What's it called?
When the World Stops.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've been seeing all the socials, so I'm like, yay. Now, is the show on the 8th your record release party? Did I hear that?
It's like a pre-release party. We are releasing the single and the video on August 5th.
Okay.
So, and then the album actually doesn't hit the streets till September 1st before we go to the UK and do our tour. So, the management and the production team and stuff like that, publicity and, marketing, they've all got everything pretty much dialed in, how we're going to do step-by-step type of thing. So the Whisky isn't per se a record release party, but kind of like a single party.
Fantastic.
And we're going to we'll stream, this episode will be out on Wednesday the 6th. So
that's perfect.
It'll be great. It'll be perfect. So we'll link it and do all of that and everything.
I'll have to get you a link to the video. Oh, but by that time it'll be out. Wednesday morning on the 5th.
Okay, definitely. We'll put it all in. That's exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, I have to. I don't want to forget to hit this question because I can't wait to hear the story. So Katya, I'm sorry if I'm jumping out of order.
Keep going. No, keep going.
Okay, Derek, how did you get into music? Like, what was it that gave you that bug?
Well, I think it goes back to the Monkees.
I love this.
That's
oh my gosh.
That's pretty much the Monkees and the Beatles. Anything that had to do with that type of music. Herman's Hermits, the Turtles, I don't care what it is, When I was 4, 5, 6 years old, my mom used to have a radio that, it was on all the time. And we had one radio station and it just played all the hits of the day or whatever. And I'd go to sleep listening to that. It was right next to my head. I'd fall asleep listening to that. And half the time I was dreaming I was up on stage like the rest of them. I really was, But I saw myself like at my school, like at a talent show, and I'm up on stage in front of my little classmates. I really did. I was always dreaming, like in the song, I'd hear my favorite song as I was sleeping, and I'd see myself singing up there or playing the drums or guitar or whatever. And then, I used to watch the Monkees all the time on TV, and I decided I was going to be a drummer because I wanted to be just like Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz.
Yeah, so that's who I wanted to be. I loved his voice. I loved his, just the way I thought he was so cool and so funny, and that's who I wanted to be. And years later, I met him while I was doing a radio interview. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I'm doing a radio interview. What's the guy? Dreyfuss, big actor.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard
Dreyfuss. Mickey Dolenz and me doing a radio interview
together.
Yeah. Is that crazy?
I'm gonna find this.
And I'm like, Dolenz, and his daughter was there, and she was really pretty.
Gosh.
She was about my age. I was like, holy smokes, man! Maybe I could be his son-in-law.
Son-in-law,
right?
It was crazy. And I
Oh
got his
my
autograph
gosh.
and I talked to him and I told him that, we'd been signed by Clive Davis and he knew Clive Davis really well, and so we talked for about maybe 15, 20 minutes, man. I was just like starstruck. I'm talking to Mickey Dolenz, that's all I could think of.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was very strange. And then maybe about 15 years later, I ran into him again. And I just walked up to him and I said, and he was sitting there all by himself. Nobody even knew who he was. It was the weirdest thing.
Oh
It was at
yeah.
a convention, a rock convention. And no one was talking to him. No one was looking at him. Everybody's doing their business. Like, there was stars there and stuff like everybody knew.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little sad in a way. He didn't look like he was dressed really well. And he was sitting at this table all by himself. And I went over and I said, "Hey, Mickey." And he looked up and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, so I told him I met him before, blah, blah, blah. And we talked. He said, "Sit down, talk to me, man." So we sat down and talked and bullshit a little while. And then on my way back to the hotel, I was walking with my manager and it was the funniest thing. Mickey, all of a sudden I seen Mickey walking in front of us, like maybe 15, 20 feet. And there was like a gaggle of girls, maybe about 6 or 7 of them, all really hot and really young. You know what I mean? Like 20 years younger than Mickey. And Mickey walks up and he presses the button at the stop sign. We were walking across Sunset Boulevard to go to this hotel. And the girls kind of look at him and he looks at them. They look at him like, "Oh, you old man, who the hell are you?" You wanted to shake these girls and say, "That's Mickey Dolenz, man."
Love
20
him.
years ago, you would have been licking his toes, man.
Oh my word. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy? It's like a whole
It is
cycle.
crazy. And then the next time I seen him, this is even crazier. In the morning, I go get coffee and he's laying we were at a nice hotel and he's laying on a sofa sleeping.
I think he just
my
stared
word.
at him.
Yes, they're walking around. I'm like, man, this guy's crazy.
Oh man.
I think maybe
Yeah.
some monkey cover songs might be in order.
I know,
Right?
man. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
And
I
I
was
heard
a
that would be
kid
fun.
watching those.
I heard he's playing out. I read a story that he's playing out just as Mickey Dolenz singing the monkey songs or something like that, like about 2 months ago. I'm like,
Oh
whoa,
my
I wanna
gosh.
yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
In the 60s and stuff, Mickey Dolenz house was the place where everybody went. If you read the historical journals of all the rock stars back then, Crosby,
yeah.
Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who you were, the Beatles, Bob Dylan, everybody hung out at Mickey Dolenz house. His was the party house up in like Siena Canyon up there. Yeah, so
my
that guy's got
word.
stories to tell for days if he ever writes a
Oh.
book.
Yeah. He should.
I know
He
we should
should.
look to see if.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You should try to get him on.
Yeah, that's
I know. I
our
was like,
wheels
now
are
I'm thinking
turning.
about it. I'm like,
We're like, right?
I would geek out on that one too. I would be like
Yeah.
totally giddy with that aim. I think that
Same.
would be.
Same. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. How fun is that? So, they say like never meet your idols, but your experience was good.
Well, he was my first idol. So, I mean, first person that I ever wanted to, I wanted to be him when I was a kid. So it wasn't like, oh, hey, I meet Sylvester Stallone. Hey, how you doing, man? It's like, wow, I met Sylvester Stallone. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's different.
I met Mickey Dolenz, the guy I wanted to be.
The guy you want to be.
So cool.
I know.
Did you ever tell him that?
Would be.
Yeah, that's what I told him the first time I met him.
That's awesome.
I thanked him for getting me into music, everything,
That's awesome.
I think I need to see. Okay, rather than play covers, maybe a show with Mickey Dolenz. He could be the best.
Right. Yeah,
absolutely.
have him come guest drum. That would be fun. Oh my word. Oh gosh.
Okay, so I'm also going to ask, like the Bay Area was like in that time rich with music. I thought it was phenomenal. Did you have any Bay Area influential bands within your music?
Y&T maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I played drums and I sang and stuff like that. But I really got into guitar whenever Y&T came to my high school, and they played a lunchtime, and it was their first album or second album. They played lunchtime, like in the square, and all the students were sitting around. Yeah, and they ripped off their first album, and I said, man, I want to be like that dude now. I wanted to be like Dave Manichetti.
Right? Who doesn't want to be like Dave Manichetti?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
for Bay Area, I'd say definitely. And Sammy Hagar, too, from Montrose, you know,
Yeah.
those two really influenced me as a kid. Um, when I started singing a lot, it was, everybody tries to copy somebody that they like, you know what I mean? But my influence was Steven Tyler was the first, Sammy Hagar was second, John Waite was third, you
Oh.
know. Well, I kept, and Rod Stewart was fourth, and then I'd get into like, well, maybe I could do James Brown, So I just took 4 or 5 guys and I said, I'm gonna try to hone my voice like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I could get
Yeah.
soft, where I could get hard, or I could, so that's what I kind of aspired to be. I don't know if I've ever made it, but
Well,
I
that's what I
think you
tried.
have.
yeah, the thing I really like about your voice is it's one of those that, now we're overly familiar with Babylon AD. And so I can pick your voice out. Like it's kind of like I remember one time our radio was turned down and like a new Bon Jovi song that I'd never heard had come on. And I hear this sound and I told my mom, okay, we got to turn it up. That's Bon Jovi. And she was like, what? How did you even, your voice to me is like that. Like I can pick it out even if it's just that low. So you've definitely done something with it that it's unique, but I can totally
It
hear
is
the
unique.
influences that you're talking about. Like
Yeah, I
completely.
just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never liked those not to say they're not great singers like Jeff Tate and those guys, they're great singers, man, but I can't sing like that. But because I don't want to sing like
You
that.
have your own
Right.
sound.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like operatic type of I
Yeah.
don't
I don't either.
think
I don't either.
I like
I
Sam
just
Cooke.
saw Andrew Bocelli
Well, that's different. That I can
because he's
handle.
pure opera. No, I do too.
Right.
Well, so I'll ask you, Derek, what few songs, if you were to pick up for people who don't know Babylon AD, really represent you, your range of motion, especially with your voice?
Oh, that's a hard one because I really don't think the first album I did that well, to be honest with you, because of the way that we recorded it. But a lot of people think it's a great album. It's a great album, but I mean, for me personally, singing wise, I don't think I had what I have now. Even you know what I mean. Now I could blast in the studio, knock out a song in 45 minutes. Then it would take all day long. You know, but I'd say most of the newer stuff, man. I've just gotten better over the years, I believe, because I tried a lot of different types of music.
Yeah.
Listening to Bobby Womack day and night and try to sing like him. Well, now that stuff is going to start coming into your voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I get older, I'm really fortunate. Like, there's guys like Don Dawkins and stuff like that. They can't sing anymore.
Yeah.
They just can't do it. And it's really sad, but there's a lot of people, a lot of guys, man. I don't know. They just can't do it. But for me, I think my voice has gotten better. And I've been told that by many people. And I know it has just because it's so much easier to sing now, So picking out a song back in the day, So Savage a Heart is a good representation of my voice. Almost all the last 2 or 3 albums is a good representation of my voice. But the first album, there's nothing really on there where I could go, wow, man, that blew me away. You know what I mean? It's just good. Like, wow, that's good,
Yeah.
No, I love
have
Rome Wasn't Built in a Day, Wrecking Machine. Go ahead, Abe.
Yes,
So
Wrecking Machine's a perfect example, right? It's
Yeah.
nice and raspy and right in your face, that kind of thing. And then like sometimes Love Is Hell off that album. That's a perfect representation of my voice, I think. I got to move around a little bit, It's fun for me when I'm writing lyrics. I'm always trying to at least keep the melody straight, but at the same time I want to push the boundaries a little bit and move around. You know what I mean? Go out of the melody and move around instead of just the same old structured type of thing that everybody gets known for. We get known for. Everybody does,
Yeah. Yeah. So I have some really great memories. So I have an affection for the entire Nothing Sacred album just because I feel like I came almost not, I don't want to say came of age through that album because there was so much like before that. But man, with my first car, we put an aftermarket stereo in it and I used to blast that album
Really?
throughout my car. Yes.
Take the
Yes.
dog
So
off the
I have
chain.
fond memories of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Actually, we
Okay, now, Amy, I was going
interviewed.
to say,
Go.
I'll go later. No, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
We interviewed. Okay, so the band that's opening for you on the 8th, Rusted Stone. My husband used to play in a band with their bass player. So we interviewed him
In the
and
Bay
asked
Area.
him, in the Bay Area. We asked him, what is it that you're hoping to hear from Babylon AD? And his was Bang Goes the Bells, or Bang Goes the Bell. And mine was, I had a few, but Dog Off the Chain was definitely one of them. I was like, that just opens that album with such power and grit. I love that song.
Oh, you'll be hearing
song.
it on Friday night.
And you know, Amy, I have to sell you out. I'm so sorry. But Amy is like, I also really love Psychedelic Sex Reaction. But
you won't hear that one.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
What
Actually, that's what we. But you know what it is? It's the tongue in cheek. I love the tongue in cheek song. Like it's just fun. Like you're getting ready or whatever, and you're listening to it, and I make eyes at my husband. I love to play around with that kind of music.
Really? You look at him and go, Psychedelic Sex Reaction.
Well, it's just fun. It's just fun. It's a fun song. Oh yeah, yeah.
Just the guys in the band, we just felt it was not Babylon A.D. That's all, and we just stuck to our guns. We're like, this is not us, man, but we'll do the song. We put it in like the Poison Warrant box or something. We're like, this is just not us, man.
It's not going to be your cherry pie, right? And that's what Amy and I were talking about.
That's what we didn't want. We were like, we don't want. Maybe you're making $1 million, but I don't want to be known for that.
Yeah, and that's actually something that's really admirable. When we heard that story and it was like, that's not us and we're not going to play it. It was like, I'm 100% positive you got pushback on all of that towards your career and all of that. But how admirable is that to stick to your guns? That's one of the things where it's like, when I heard that at first, I was like, oh, we won't be here. And I was like, but you know what? That's okay. Because that's.
Well, I think most people, they're pressured into it, and they don't stick to their guns like you said, but we're from the Bay Area, man, and if we put our hands in a pot and we all say this is what we're going to do, and it's a year later, we got to just do it. Nope, we said we're going to do it, man, even though we're going to kill ourselves, basically kill our career, but no,
again,
you're still going. You did not kill. Yeah, you're still going.
Yeah, and it's not the song you wanted to be known for.
No,
so that to me is important.
It's hindsight is 2020. Sometimes I say, I wonder what would happen if we did release that song. I mean, would we be playing big festivals right now all the time? With some of these bands, just because they had one smash hit song, get to play all the huge shows.
They get to keep going.
Oh, it's like sometimes you kick yourself in the ass and go, man, why didn't I just bend over and take it like everybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but how would that have felt? Because we know what it did to Janie Lane. Hindsight's 2020. How would you have personally? Yeah, and he hated himself.
Like 15 minutes, like as a joke almost to the record company. They were like, we need a smash hit, blah 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 blah. And he goes, you mean like this stupid thing I wrote last night?
And that was it.
Yeah. And then, but MTV took it, and there's a possibility that with that song and that sound, that's what it would have done, but it wouldn't have been. And then you would have been strapped playing it for the rest of your life. So,
it's kind. I just read a really funny. I read a really funny story with Rod Stewart, and he said, "Do you think I'm sexy?" is like a pink toilet seat hanging around his neck his whole life.
Yep.
And for years he just hated that song.
Yep.
He said, because when it came out, it was like, I was like 35 years old or something. So it was like kind of cool and it was disco-y. He said, but when you get 50 or 60 or 70 and you're playing that song, you're like, sexy. This doesn't make any sense. You know,
It doesn't age well.
that doesn't age well. You know, he's like, I gotta play that song. I'm 80 years old, and I'm up there. Do you think I'm sexy? He's just like, yeah. No, he feels the same way. You know.
Well, I'd still, and you
Oh
know
my
what? I
gosh.
would still love to see him sing it. So I guess I'm part of the problem.
That's the
He
thing,
said,
he
he's like,
can't
what
not.
what can I do? It was one of my biggest songs, but I
Yeah.
mean, to sing it now is just absurd. You know.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So tell me about the longevity of the Babylon AD fans. Do you still see fans coming to your shows from way back?
Absolutely. It's crazy, man. There's people that come here from Niles Station. There'll be some people. There will be some
There
people
will
at
be
the
some
Whisky
people there.
that used to go to Niles Station to see us. I mean, that was basically like our cavern club,
Greg and
like the
Clay.
Beatles or something. We used to
Yeah.
play there all the time. That's where we
Yeah,
cut our
you
teeth.
did. I
We
know,
played
because
there
I
all the
couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
Should say we
That
know. Yeah, we
was a
know, because
know.
we couldn't get
It was
in.
a fun place to play. You know, it was great. And the owner, Joey, treated us really well. We always had a great turnout, sold it out almost every time we played. You know, it was a great, fun place. And there will be a lot of people. You know, I don't know if you guys know some of them, but you might see some familiar
They
faces if
will.
you
Amy
go.
will. Okay, so
She,
I'm going to ask you if you could relive any of the shows you've played. What were some of the best ones for Babylon AD over the years?
You know, one time we played this place, the Arizona Rock Fest, and everybody was playing it. It was like a 3-day day on the green type of thing in
Love all
Arizona.
those. Love them.
And it was, I don't know, 40,000 people or something, man. It was huge. And the stage was humongous. And some of these bands, you know, they're used to these big stages, but we weren't. And we go running out there, man. Within about 3 songs, I'm like, with the whole like 100-yard dash, you know, back and forth like a football field.
Oh
And
my
so you
gosh,
kind of
yeah.
learn over the years, like, whoa, when you get on a big stage, man, don't start running as fast as you can, like stages. Just kind of trot a little bit, you know.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it was so crazy because we'd never been on that big of a stage before with that many people. And at
That was
one point,
fantastic.
I can't remember exactly what song it was, maybe Hammer Swings Down or something. We had like a breakdown or something. And I was able to like get the crowd going, like put the mic out and
Oh,
get the crowd this
nice.
side going and that side going, like, you know, and it was just
Yeah,
all off
yeah.
the cuff. We didn't plan it or
Yeah.
nothing. It was just off the cuff. But I swear to God, man, it was the weirdest feeling I'd ever had. And I'm sure Bon Jovi probably felt it a billion times, but I never felt it. You know,
Right?
I mean,
That's
my hair
awesome.
was standing on my edge. It was just like, man, the power that I felt I had just would go, you
Isn't it
do this.
crazy?
Wow. Now you do that. Wow. It was like,
Yeah.
that's just crazy, man. I felt like a king, you know?
That's
So
awesome.
That's
yeah,
so
it
awesome.
was crazy. I think a lot of people that are, when I've talked to actors and people like that, a lot of them that aspire to be musicians and play in bands and things like that, say Keanu Reeves or whatever like that, they get a better feeling, way better feeling being up on stage in front of people
I believe
than
it.
they do just making a movie or something. Because it's just, hey, there's a movie, I'm working, I'm doing my things,
So
and I'm
scripted.
done with my movie, and then everybody sees it, and they're like, oh, you're so-and-so. But it's much better when you have just you and you're up on stage and you see everybody's faces and the reactions and the how they just get into your song, and you're like, wow, people know the lyrics better than I do, you know?
Because
Yeah.
live music is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Derek, have you played England many times? I am like poring over your concert dates in England to figure out which ones I'm going to go to. Do you have a big fan base in England or the UK?
You know, I don't know. We played there a couple times. Firefest. We played at Hull. We played there about 3 or 4 times, I think, and then we played Germany a few times.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
so but this will be our first time we're actually going on a small little tour over there and playing different cities everywhere. You know, before it would be like play a festival and then 3 or 4 shows and come back home. This time it's like playing a block of shows and then go to Greece, that kind of thing. So I guess we'll just have to see. You know, we're getting a lot of fan mail and a lot of people on Facebook and things like that reaching out saying, hey, I seen you guys a few years ago. You guys were one of the best bands, this and that. I'm coming to
that's
see you
awesome.
again. I'm bringing my friends.
That's great.
So, you know, we must have some fans over there, and the booking agent booked us and said, you know, we've got some people. So we're hoping for the best, you know?
Well, my
That's
issue with the
excellent.
whole tour is that you have a album called Rome Wasn't Built in a Day. And I've noticed Rome was left off the itinerary.
I don't think there's a lot of places to play in Italy. I think there's just a few places to play.
You're right. It is. This, Amy hears me say this all the time. One of the most amazing countries in the world, and I'm like,
yeah. And
that's why I travel to England. Yeah,
Spain, France, and Italy. I mean, I've been there. Not even in the band, just like my wife and I. Been to Italy about 6 times. Spain, a couple times. France, 3 or 4 times. I never really seen kind of like music scene anywhere. I'm always like, let's go to a club. You're in Barcelona. Let's go. You don't know where to go. It's almost like illegal to play music or something. It's like, it's pretty strange that there's no live music.
Yeah, a lot of small venues. It's either massive venues like Olympic stadiums and you're like Coldplay, right? Or, Sting, or it's super small venues. So it's really hard for Italy and Spain, for the 2 countries. Yeah. But now it's just laughing. I was like, where's Italy? Just named album.
Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah.
Where do you live
Amy, I live in Rome.
Oh, you live in Rome?
I live in Rome.
Rome was awesome. I love Rome, man.
It's an amazing city.
Have you ever been to Positano?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, huh?
The Amalfi Coast is wonderful. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I know, man. We just got back from Cinque de Terre. I guess, is that how you say it?
Cinque Terre. Yeah.
Yeah. The 5 cities over there. Oh man, that's gorgeous over there too. We love Italy, man. Every time we go there, Florence, everywhere in Italy is just a bomb, man. I try to tell people all the time, if I could just live somewhere, I'd be over there right now. Because it's so kicked back. But at the same time, there's just so much going on. Not that much music, but everything else is there, man.
But you know what? That's why I'll hop on an airplane. We have airplanes and trains, and so I'll just go there to know. Italy is pretty incredible. We're going to get Amy out here soon.
I know, right?
It's the most beautiful country. I mean, I've been to a lot of countries. That's the most beautiful country by far.
I agree.
Wow.
I agree. Well, Amy, actually, we're going to get together probably sooner in the Bay Area. And are there music clubs in the Bay Area that you go to now for live music? Just because we're out of the scene. We're out of the Bay Area.
Not really. There's a place called Retro Junkie in Walnut Creek that is pretty popular. And national acts play there sometimes. We played there 3 or 4 times. That's about the only spot I could think of. There's another place called Pine Street. It's like more like a big giant bar but it has a stage and lights,
Oh.
So really, I mean, there is no Stone, there's no Omni, there's no Keystone. All the big clubs don't exist. They don't. They're just bars that have a stage maybe or something. That's all you're gonna get.
I think it was Pine State that Nelson just played at. Like Nelson, but there was. I thought I heard that.
There's a few places in Sacramento that rock pretty good though.
Oh, that's kind of far for us.
Oh, but my son lives there. My son lives not far from there. He's in the Air Force, so
that's what he's gonna love. We're gonna come stay with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're like, don't mind us, we'll cook.
Yeah.
Okay, Derek, I see at the time right now, we were trying not to keep you more than like 45 minutes. So I am going to fire off some rapid fire questions. So Amy, go ahead. Did you want to?
No, I was just going to say, for some reason, my brain kind of went quiet and I was like, but what if we got to talk about the show? But we did. So we're good, right? I'm like,
August
we got
8th
to talk
at the
about
Whisky.
the show. Yeah. It's actually,
night.
this is going to air on the Wednesday. And then Friday morning, first thing, Lord have mercy, Southwest better not have overbooked our flight because it's on Friday. We're flying out Friday to get to Hollywood. So
awesome.
Yeah, we're super excited.
I want video clips. Yeah, you can call me from the show.
Them.
I can join you in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first concert you attended?
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh.
Winterland.
Okay.
Winterland.
Okay. Vinyl
on
cassette.
Acid. On acid, stoned out of my mind. I didn't even know what the hell they were doing. I just sat there in the back like a zombie. And somebody told me the band's playing. I said, they are?
Oh my
So
gosh.
memorable because you remember it.
I actually saw Fleetwood Mac at Concord Pavilion, but it was the day after party. So I was hungover, so I don't remember it for the opposite reason that you don't. Yep.
Okay.
I remember some
Vinyl,
of it.
cassette, CD, or streaming, which is the way that you prefer to listen to music? Nobody
Vinyl.
probably says vinyl. Yeah. I say nobody, I don't think could say cassette, but anyway, go ahead. Okay. If you could jam with any band nowadays, who would it be?
Rolling
Still
Stones
alive.
or Aerosmith?
Yep. Okay. Love to see that one. What is the most surprising song on your personal playlist that we wouldn't expect from you?
Oh man, I got a lot of songs on my personal playlist. Maybe The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
right. Favorite city to play live?
Favorite city to play live? Hollywood.
Yeah.
We played the Whiskey down
And the Whiskey.
I still love playing
Yeah.
the Whiskey because it's hollow ground. You know, everybody. I mean, I'm standing
Yep.
there going,
So
"Holy
iconic.
shit! This is where Jim Morrison stayed."
I know.
You know, this is
You know
where
what?
he lived on
And
the
there's-
stage.
And it's still going.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We could feel like ourselves like way back when in there. Okay. One word that fans use to describe a Babylon A.D live show.
Balls out in your face.
Okay.
Well, that's more
I
than
can
one
handle
word,
that.
but I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
we're
one-
not,
no, we
we're not
read
a
it all
tulip
in
band
one.
on stage.
Yeah. Well, oh, I'm excited.
Do you have a fan of yours that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, Susan Marie. She's our biggest fan. She's Y&T's biggest fan, Extreme's biggest fan, Bon Jovi's biggest fan. I don't know if you guys know Susan Marie, but she flies all over the country. She sees everybody. She's even coming to Greece to see us. And she's a Bay Area girl. She used to go to Nile Station.
We're going to find Susan Marie.
Yes,
I'm
we
going to tell
are.
her.
She'll be at the Whiskey.
Okay.
Well,
I
She's
will
been
be
to
looking
more
for
shows
her.
than anybody except for band members and road crew.
Okay.
She's come to every show that she'll be there in Denver, Salt Lake City. She goes everywhere.
Wow.
And maybe if Y&T's playing the same night, she'll go, I got to go see Dave tonight. I'm like, all right,
So,
Wow.
Amy,
Okay.
please find her and tell her that I need
Yes.
someone to go to the shows with in England this summer.
Okay. I'll put a sign like at the airport. Susan Marie.
Yes, they can. Katya does not want to go to the shows alone, so please put that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I have a mission now. Okay. I'm in.
Okay.
I had one more question and I forgot what it was. What was it? Oh yeah. Well, it was kind of along the same lines, but maybe you answered it with Susan Marie. I was curious about the most impactful fan experience that you had with someone being a fan of you. But maybe it's Susan Marie.
Well, she's a good friend now, over the years, because she used to go to Nile Station when she was sneaking in.
What was wrong with this aim?
Fair.
He had a fake ID.
Yeah, that was our problem.
Yeah.
That was our problem. No fake ID. I'm gonna be looking her up now. All right. Okay, so yeah, you actually did answer it. So that's okay. Oh my gosh. Derek, I'm so excited to see you guys on Friday. I can't wait for the new song. Can't wait for the new album. So just so that you know, we're going to claim it as our birthday album because we both have September birthdays. So there's that. Cool. So just so you know.
I'm sure you guys are going to dig this album. It's really, really, really deep and rich and a lot of good songs, man.
Oh, I can't wait.
I think our last album was really good, but this one's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
my gosh. So excited. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great.
Again, I will see you on Friday.
You'll see him in a few days.
I know. All righty.
It'll be great.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, Derek, thank you. And we will see you soon.
We'll see you soon. And I want to tell the fans, if anybody wants to see any of these shows, they can go to BabylonADBand.com. Just go to the show page. Tickets are all there and anything else I need to see any show that we play.
Excellent. I will put that in the description too. So there will just be a link there for anybody who wants to check that out. Yay. Alrighty. Bye.
Aim, that was so much fun. It's so much fun seeing someone who, Derek, is keeping the music alive, right? I mean, this is what we're talking about. Yay to the fans that are supporting Babylon AD. Yay to the guys that are keep doing it. Yay to Cher for promoting the band and working with them. Like, this is what it's about.
Yep.
So fun.
Totally. Can't wait for the show on Friday. Cannot wait. So excited. So hopefully we'll be posting all pictures and from this event. If you happen to be in the Los Angeles area and you want to check out Babylon AD at the Whisky on Friday, by all means. I will more than likely be wearing my Rock the Life shirt, so come find me. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the notification.
Subscribe.
Right?
If you have a great story, write to Amy.
Send me an email at amy.rockthe.life@outlook.com. You can also DM me on Instagram at RockTheLifeGirl. We're there. Anything else, babe? Happy anniversary! Happy birthday!
Happy anniversary! Check us out on a little reference on Blabbermouth. That is so fun.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so in the description, this is a big deal. And actually, it's been there a long time. I just didn't know. But when we interviewed Chris Caffrey, if you watch that episode, you might remember that he talked about Blabbermouth a little bit. Well, they got wind of it and they linked the podcast. And there's a link to our show, to our channel. There's videos, all the things. So you can just go to Blabbermouth and search Rock the Life. And there we are. So
thanks, Chris.
Yay. Yeah, right?
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay,
Alrighty,
Aim.
my friends.
Can't wait to hear about your adventures.
Forget. Yep, same. Rock the life.
Rock the life.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too.